we listened to these speakers. What were these called? Do you remember these? Griffin.
I didn't listen. Oh, you did.
I did. They put me up front.
Yeah. I was kind of like, can you please play something with some bass, please?
Yes, yeah, because this is, hi-fi shows, jazz. Oops.
Okay, here, let me share. You're not prepared, bro.
No, I'm not.
Everything and everything. At least I made an album.
Oh, you made an album? Okay, cool.
Now let me see.
You're double checking it?
Yeah. Okay. Who cares? Let's see. Does this work if I do this?
Share.
There we go. So these are the subs that we used. So Chana had his ELAC Vero RS500.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks, shout out to ELAC for bringing these. I wanted more subs just because the room was kind of big, and we didn't know where people would stand. So we wanted to have as smooth a bass as possible. So three tens only.
Mm-hmm.
They're only tens, and they're not that big, but I think they handled some business. What do you think? Anybody who was there was the bass handling business? I think so. So that's that. What else we got here? Oh, that hallway. The hallway was an extreme bass zone.
Definitely.
Man, it was crazy because it was acting kind of like a port. So if you'd stand in the hallway, it's just like ridiculous. So next day we had Angela print this out for us.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you. We're Reverend Slim. So SVS had their speaker on a plank. So that's their new elevation. So just took a picture for you. There's Chana. There's this guy who's showing his headphones. And during the first night, like they had
that's a great picture of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a great phone, you know. But
that's what happens when you got a great homie.
And he's like, I told the guy, like, he was a young guy, and he just made these headphones. And I'm like, that guy has a lot of subscribers, man. Go take a picture. And he's like, oh, he does? And he took out his camera, started taking all these photos.
Oh, he took a bunch of pictures of me, like rocking out. And then I had to leave the room.
Okay.
We stayed at the Hooters. I mean, we stayed at
the So we didn't have a hotel at that place just because we weren't prepared to do that. You know, we kind of changed last minute. So we're like, all right, what's available? This was the only place that you could find, or what?
Yeah.
This was not the business.
That wasn't like $300.
This is not like, you couldn't even tell what's what, like which one is which, right? So it looks all right. Like, okay, that looks cool. And then you look, we were just cracking up the whole time. I'm like, I'm not taking a shower in there. I'm not doing it.
I did it in the morning. I had to.
So this is the next day. Walking in, it's kind of how it looks like a lot of the time. Just trying to make your way in. Pretty packed most of the time. Oh, this one was the Steinway Lingdorf. They were showing their speakers with 612s each.
612.
And 612s. And they're showing Room Perfect, which I've never heard before. This was a big room, and I was surprised. Like, those actually sounded pretty good. They sounded pretty good, like 98% of the time, 99% of the time.
It had a little issue, but the Room Perfect did a good job of kind of tightening things up.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the difference with it on versus off. So I like that. Klaus was showing this big Viking looking guy. So
we should have taken a picture with Klaus, man.
Yeah, Klaus was cool. But of course, I had Magic Bean, so I had to tell him, hey, man, I think mine's better, but you look like a Viking, so I'm gonna tell you that from like a decent distance away. You know what I mean? He was in a suit, so I'm pretty sure maybe he couldn't run as fast. Who knows? But
who's this guy? This guy's Brandon. Is that?
Yeah, Brandon. So we asked him to play "Doing It Right," and "Doing It Right" has some pretty crazy bass notes. So here's Chana like drawing out where the bass notes are supposed to be, and I think it had a little issue with one of the notes, but So here we go in the low one. Look at the faces. Like they're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And I start dancing. Yeah.
Hey, it bottomed out a little bit, dude. Let's keep it real. Why are we gonna pretend like it didn't?
Yeah, it bottomed out a little bit.
It did.
I think maybe if he didn't have it turned up so much,
he did have it bumping pretty loud. And look at how huge this room was. So
yeah, because look, there's a TV. There's another 85-inch TV off to the side because he had like a 85-inch TV in the front. Look at the size. That was dude. Those things are huge.
Those are 12s in there, and look at how small they look. Right.
Yep.
So that's just to give you an idea. I was for the most part, I was impressed. I thought they sounded really good. Those are probably the ones that I thought sounded the best in the, aside from our room, of course. But I thought these sounded really good.
You know how much those retail for?
No. 100. Yeah.
I would imagine it's up there. I don't know off the top of my head.
So yeah, I think that guy went to check to see what's up with the thing. Okay, so and then we took a picture of this for Aaron. Trust your ears.
Aaron. Yeah. Where's Aaron?
Trust your ears. And this is us after the event, just playing ridiculous.
No, this is not after the event. We're still. What time was this?
Well, the door's closed. Oh, no, door's open.
Yeah, we're still. It's still. Yeah. We're still Saturday. Yeah, because then this guy came in.
Right? Yep. Came prepared. We hung out in the TAD. Is that how you say it? TAD, not Tad?
Tad.
Yeah.
We played yeah, and then they had a whiskey tasting.
Yeah. Very cool looking stuff. We had them doing it right on this one too. That was kind of our demo track.
Yeah.
And I thought it did its thing. It did its thing. I told the guy, hey, there's something rattling over there in the room, right? Because these aren't our rooms, right? So if there's like a vent, he's like, yeah, we can't do anything about that. And so that's the type of stuff you have to deal with in a show, is like, if your bass is popping off, you might be rattling other stuff and you may not be able to get up there and reach it. It's funny though, because Aaron just recently measured these and he showed that these do better if you're placed closer to the back wall. And I kind of thought that, because these are maybe 2 feet away. And in his review, he said, like, the closer you bring it, the better it sounds. And so I thought that was interesting. I also agreed. I thought they needed a little bit more bass. Ben says, TAD speakers are 911 GT3 RS. They're about the same price. Ding. Yeah.
I'll take the Porsche.
I'm gonna have to say yes to that as well. But that's because I have lots of speakers. These are some giant speakers. I don't remember the brand, but they were huge, right?
Look, and that's Joe standing up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I took a little. I don't know if this was the measurement from that one, but
it was. Yeah, totally. I remember that shit.
Now you can't tell by music, right? Because I'd have to tell him, hey, can you play some Pink Noise? Oh, he's right, PBN, right? And they were playing them super loud, super loud. It was hurting my ears.
Too loud.
I'm like, dude, that hurting my ears.
Oh, Borison.
Too loud.
Okay, a little quick story about these. During the day, hated them. Hated it. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It snaps up in the Z formation. Hated it. Because I think it was the owner of the company who was sitting there playing this fucking music that was just putting me to sleep. Like, good God, $49,000 or $50,000 for this pair of Borison. They said to come back after 6.
Mm-hmm.
We came back, and we fucked it up. It was great.
Well, this is a big room. This is also a big room. They were showing these they're bigger, more expensive ones, and the back looked like a Lamborghini, right?
This is their debut of this speaker. Nobody's seen it unless you've gone to the show or experienced it. Yeah, they didn't have these at Expona. Yeah, the back was like, they're like exhaust pipes, and I was back there. We're bumping some EDM. Go ahead.
No, it did look like exhaust pipes.
Yeah, and the EDM was pumping. I went, put my hand back there, just air just flowing out of there. I'm like, oh, it's an exhaust pipe. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Port,
I thought these
pipe,
sounded.
shit.
I thought these sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
it's always tough because this is a really big room.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of like think about it, like, how would these sound in a maybe not so huge room, But I thought overall these sounded pretty good. These have some pretty legit engineering. You see the wave guide there.
Uh-huh.
And then this is their after party. Look at who I was hanging out with. Some older dudes, some older heads, which was kind of cool. I thought it was fun. Look at this guy.
Oh, that guy was hilarious. He was in our room just making all these jokes, dude. Oh, it was hilarious. Oh, there's the acoustics guy.
Yeah, he was telling me that he made a lot of the stuff for JVC back in the day. So he's like, he knew what was up. But yeah, he was awesome. But we were listening to some Beastie Boys right here. Look at them.
Oh yeah.
There's Chana next to these speakers again. So we're just hanging out here. It was a really cool room because it had a patio area.
Yeah, because shit was getting hot.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Hold on a second. You hear this? Oh no, you cannot hear that. Hold on a second.
Joe's trying to get him to say the speak a tongue, but it took him a while. Speak a tongue. Speak a tongue. Speak a tongue.
Yeah, that guy was cool. Yeah. I think that's it. Of course, we have some more in the actual videos. So
yeah, here,
we'll share some of those.
Just so.
Oh man, you guys are funny. Any of them?
Actually, Joe did. Joe played some fucking Diana Crawl.
Yes,
he did. Probably. He did.
Hold on a second.
So here's what Tad had for their Japanese whiskey tasting. So I may or may not have had a sampling of these during that. So that was also fun. And I think I was dancing up. There was a couple of places I was dancing it up. I bet you, and I know I'm on some people's camera rolls. I know that for a fact. So
yeah, there was this young kid that was there, and he was looking at Chana as if he was amazed. Like, I can't believe that guy does not care. And then I went up to the kid. I said, "Why don't you show him what's up? Like, battle him." And he's like, "No, I can't." I said, "I'll tell you a little secret. Nobody cares."
Yeah.
And then he started doing a little bit. I'm like, "Oh, cool." Yeah. That was awesome.
When I saw that, I was saying goodbye to him and his dad and stuff. I was like, "Hey, kid, if you feel like dancing, you just go out there and you dance like nobody's watching. That's what you got." He's like, "Okay."
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's how we do. Let's see here. One interesting part was we were talking about magic beans, of course, and also about our spatial toolkit. And at a certain point, I had to kind of step out. Maybe I was talking to somebody, or I had to talk, check out a room, something like that. But Chana took over, and he was talking about magic beans, probably talking about the JBL M2.
Yep.
And then what happened?
And then somebody came in. I just watched the video. Somebody came in and I was doing Atmos demos first. Why am I all choppy? What's going on?
Blame StreamYard.
And I played some Atmos demos, and he was like vibing to it. He's sitting in the front. He's like, "Yeah, okay." And then I played another one, and then he moved, and I guess he had his daughter and his son with him, and had the daughter sit down, and I played the new one. Oh, by the way, guys, I made like 4 brand new Atmos mixes. They're probably going to go to my patrons first. Got to tighten them up a little bit. I always think I'm never done with those things, even though I'm like, okay, here. But I always want to fix stuff. Anyway, I played Lean On since the weekend before. It just had its 9th anniversary. And just the Major Lazer song. It was huge back in the day. It had like 3.8 billion streams on YouTube alone. Anyway, he started asking questions. He's like, "Hey, keep going," and then I want to ask you some questions. So he started asking some questions, and so I brought up, this is what we're doing. This is what we got going on. Target curves, magic beans, spatial toolkit. Then I brought in, and he said target curve. I said, yeah, a lot of. Oh, thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, dude. A lot of AVRs tune your room to an arbitrary target curve. They use the Harman target curve, which is based off the JBL M2 speaker. And I'm not sure how many people have a JBL M2 speaker these days, but it pretty much doesn't seem to make any sense to use that as a target curve. And so blah blah blah. Magic Beans makes a custom target curve per speaker. Man, I got the spiel down. Yeah. I even have think for next time, right? So Joe and I were having a sale, right? Joe was doing $50 off Magic Beans, and we were doing 10. So 285, right?
No.
Right? I'd be like, look, you get both products for $285. I know they don't seem like much, but think about it. Think about every room you went to in this show. And think about how many things you saw for $300. Now imagine this $300, less than $300, can make a bigger impact on your 2-channel and your home theater experience, that more so than anything else that you've seen at the show. And everything at the show is
awesome. That's awesome and all, Chana, but you totally went off from like the story that you're telling right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, so back to the situation. So the guy was like very intrigued, and I answered all his questions, and he's like, "You guys are doing something amazing," and he's like, he comes up and says, "By the way, I used to work at Harman. I worked on the M2 speaker, and I worked with Sean Olive and Floyd Toole and all this stuff." And what we didn't even like. We were just like, "What?" Like, man, like, holy crap.
That's pretty cool. And he actually contacted me, said, hey, maybe I can do a talk about this stuff. So that was super cool to talk to somebody who actually worked on some of this stuff. And for him to not saying, you know what, you guys are completely wrong. He should stop talking immediately. He was like, I like what you guys are doing. Like, that's pretty cool.
Now, if you can't catch the show, we do have an audio version at anchor.fm/daily HiFi. So make sure to go on over there if you like to listen to the show.